So you ready? Just let me know when you're ready.
All right, just give me like. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Conspiracies Part 2 here at the M-Rated Podcast. Woo! Aren't we excited today, boy?
I'm super excited.
What the fuck is going on in the world, man? Before we get into conspiracies, before we get into that wild things, what's going on in the world, man?
Well, to begin with, the sports world is going crazy, and I fucking love it. I fucking love it. I'm here for it. All last year, we had almost no sports, and the sports we did have were weird as fuck. Like,
you were showing up, and there's literally no fans.
There's no fans. It's just cardboard cutouts. It was weird.
Remember that? Or those LED screens in the background?
The basketball.
People were just, on Twitch or something. Just in the rooms with fucking gamer chairs, and all you saw on the stand was just like a screen full of people. With
it wasn't bad. But it was an experience, it's different than what
it was too virtual for us. Yeah. It was too advanced for somebody that, we both gone to different games and for us to just see that on TV, like, oh my God, there's actually virtual fans. Like, whoa. Yeah, that's a big change. So, anyways, NBA Finals is on right now, right?
NBA Finals, we got the Milwaukee Bucks against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Wow. 2-0?
I think it's 2-0 right now, yeah.
So, yeah, Phoenix Suns are taking the 2-0.
Phoenix Suns are 2-0. I've been watching the series. I've been keeping up with it. It's so I don't give a fuck about any of these teams.
Nobody does that. Right, unless you're a Phoenix Suns fan or a Milwaukee fan.
I kind of dislike the Suns a little bit more because they took out my Lakers.
Yeah, okay.
They took out the Lakers round one, so I have a little thing. So, but it's kind of like a love and hate thing because the Suns also have CP3. And I would love to see CP3 get a ring.
CP3 actually played in the Clippers, right?
Yeah, he played
in an LA team. So a lot of LA fans are kind of rooting for the Phoenix Suns just because of CP3.
Yeah.
I got a coworker that is a Clipper fan that is rooting for the Clippers. For the Phoenix Suns just because Chris Paul played in the Clippers.
Dude, if anybody in the league right now deserves a ring, it's CP3. Each year, talking about it might be fitting that we're talking about him in the conspiracy podcast because every single year something seems to happen that gets him out of the playoffs.
He gets knocked out either whether it's a team or an injury, right?
There was that big thing against the Warriors where it was like the refs might have stolen it from him.
The refs might have told him.
So it was either the refs, someone would get injured, or they would just straight up just blow a lead. Yeah. But right now they're in a groove. They're in a groove.
The series seems to be following the Phoenix. The Phoenix fans seem to feel that championship vibe, right? Yeah. I think we all see it. I think ever since they swept the Lakers, I think we all would be like, you know what, the Phoenix Suns might have a chance.
They got something special.
They got something special
going on, and it's I don't know if this has ever happened before, but it's the first time that two teams are in the NBA Finals and no one on either team has won a championship.
Oh my God! I think it's been years, right, since the Phoenix Suns have been in the finals. Period.
Just for the playoffs.
Just for the playoffs.
I think it was since 2013.
Wow,
and it doesn't sound like that long ago, but
we are in 2021.
That's 8 years ago.
6 more months until you hit a new year, dude. So it is a long time.
So it's super interesting that's happening. We got someone is gonna end that series being a first-time champion. Yeah. No matter what, on either side. Mm-hmm. I would love CP3 to get his championship rings, but then Giannis on the other side would be an unbelievable story for him to come from Greeks or wherever the fuck.
Where the fuck he's from. He's a freak, though.
The Greek freak. That's probably why
he's a fucking freak, dude. I've seen him play, and he is just he's a center forward. I never seen somebody move like that with that size. What is he, like 7'20" or something? is he, dude? He is a humongous being, and he moves like he's a point guard.
This last game, there was this interesting play where he rebounded the ball on the other side of him. Yeah. He rebounded it, took 2 or 3 dribbles, and dunked it on the other side.
Oh my God. That's how long he's.
Just think about that: 2 or 3 dribbles, and he's already dunking it on the other side. He's already
dunking, though. Yeah, he's a freak. But
it would be nice to see him also win a championship. And then the more I see it, the more I analyze the way they're playing. it's like a chess match, bro. Like both of these coaches, not even the players. The players are doing their part, obviously, because you know they're scoring when they need to, they're rebounding when they need to, passing when they need to. But the coaches are making the adjustments needed to just keep the momentum going for each team individually. Like on this side, the Suns, I don't want to say they breezed through it because there was some competition there. But when they played the Lakers, for example, Anthony Davis was injured.
Oh, my God.
All right?
Anthony Davis.
And then they played the Nuggets, and Ja Morant wasn't there. Okay. No. Who do they have? Who do the Nuggets have? Who is it? Is it Ja Morant? One of the main players from the Nuggets was injured. Okay. So it was only Nikola Jokic or whatever. So they played two teams that were injured, but you could still see they kind of struggled a little bit. There was some times where they weren't like clicking like they are right now. But you could tell from like one quarter to the next corner, the coach would just make an adjustment, and then the team was back. Boom, they're back to doing what they do. And on the other side, the same thing. The coach for the Milwaukee Bucks has been changing the rotation, has been changing the lineups, have been changing the defensive strategy a lot. So you could tell this is really like a coach's game. It's not one of those series where like, oh, this one player is gonna take over. You know, LeBron James is going to take over and he's going to do what he does.
Especially when you think about a certain team, you always think of a key player. Yeah. But the Phoenix Suns and even the Milwaukee Bucks, they seem to just be a whole team. A team.
Like a whole team.
Yeah, I seen some a video on Instagram how the Phoenix Suns, how many times they passed the ball in order for them to score. I don't know if you've seen it. I think it's all over the NBA Instagram page.
There was like 8 passes.
Yeah, it was like 8 or 10 passes, and I'm like, God damn it, dude! They pass the ball like you never seen that before. I never seen it before in any of my life. So I was just like, wow. And then the way they scored, it was so easy.
It's so easy to them. It comes super easy to them, and so that's what I mean. Like this is a team effort. I don't know the last time I saw because if you think about it, all the favored teams had all-stars on it. Brooklyn was a favorite team.
Yeah, of course. They had power team. Yeah,
3 or 4 all-stars.
The Lakers
were a fucking because they had those all-stars. But now all those teams that had all-stars, they're not even there.
Right? You can't think of, if you think of the Phoenix Suns, if you go around the streets and you say, name me a player of the Phoenix Suns right now. Ooh. I think a lot of players, a lot of people will have a hard time saying a name right now.
Yeah.
Because Chris Paul's only been here for a year, right?
Yeah,
it's only been there for a year. Wow. I think the last.
It's just fucking insane. It's year.
I think the last good player for the Phoenix Suns was Steve Nash.
And that's what I was gonna say. If you would have asked me prior to these players that are playing right now, I would say Steve Nash
was probably the last time you remembered. Even the team, period. Period. The team, like Phoenix Suns, are still in the NBA. Yeah. They didn't get downgraded to Division II. Anyways, moving on. We got two major events going on today. Today's Saturday, events. Baby.
We got the UFC going on. That's the highlight of the day. We got everything where everybody's coming over to the house right now. Woo. We're setting this up. So we're recording this early. We're going to have a little UFC party afterwards. We're going to watch McGregor against Dustin Poirier for the
But before we touch on that UFC fight, you mentioned that Mexico, if you're a Mexican, you're a Latin fan,
or just a soccer fan, because soccer has a lot of things going on too. Okay, so today we have the Copa Oro, which is Mexico versus Trinidad y Tobago. It'll just be fun to watch Mexico play.
I think any sports right now is fun to watch, especially if it's like a soccer team, a national soccer team. We all know Mexican fans are fucking supportive of their teams.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
So even though is a exhibition match or is it an actual qualification match?
It's already in the Copa do.
Oh my God! It's already in the tournament. It's gonna be good. So if you're missing it right now, then I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, dude, it's Saturday. There's so much to do today.
So much to do. So we got Mexico versus Trinidad y Tobago,
and then tomorrow we have the Euro Cup finals, Italy versus England.
Oh my God, dude! I want to get into that. Italy has impressed the fuck out of me.
Okay, so I've been seeing England on the other side. Okay. So tell me what you've been seeing.
Italy is a complete team.
Okay.
I've never seen a soccer team play like that ever since probably Real Madrid with Ronaldo. Okay. CR7. I'm a CR7 fan. I'm sorry, guys. You already know FIFA champion here. Anyways. Italy has a complete team. I kind of see them as an underdogs coming into the finals because everybody's favoriting England.
Yeah.
But I think Italy might have the biggest upset coming into tomorrow.
Into tomorrow, okay.
Yeah. The way they play, and then the way they kind of snatched that semifinals game. Oh my god!
Yeah, they did snatch that shit.
I was just like, well, if they don't win that finals game, then I don't know what the fuck they fought for.
And it was the same thing with England. I was watching the England game when they played. I forgot who they were playing. Austria. I think it was Austria. And Austria scored first. And then after that, it was just like, it was kind of like, what is England going to do? How are they going to react to this? But then they dropped 2 goals almost back to back. Boom, boom.
Yeah.
So that's one thing about England that, like, Italy could come out hard, maybe score a goal or 2, get ahead, but you can never count England out.
Yeah, that's the thing between those both teams. When you start seeing this finals, it's just like they're both kind of in a way underdogs, but I think Italy has the most.
I wouldn't say England's an underdog. England is like
is the favorite,
especially
of course.
Like in the Euro Cup.
Yes, England is a favorite.
England is one of the top. Okay. It's one of the top ones for sure. But there's just so much sporting going on right now.
Right now. And then today, you did mention earlier the Conor McGregor fight.
The Conor McGregor against Dustin Poirier, the part 3. This
is the trilogy that everybody's been waiting for in the UFC, right?
Yeah.
I know they've had the press conference already. They had the weigh-ins already.
Yeah.
There's been
They got a little physical.
They got a little physical. I mean, I read a little article about Conor McGregor getting fined for that attitude he put on after the weigh-in. He got a little too much physical in the locker room or something like that.
Yeah.
But today, they decide who wins the best out of 3.
Yeah.
See, their title. The first fight, McGregor won it.
Yeah.
Second fight, the other guy won it. And then now it's going to be like, okay, whoever wins it is going to be the baddest motherfucker on the planet. Because that's what McGregor fights for. He fights to be the best of the best in the UFC.
Yeah. Who do you got?
I'm not much of a UFC fan, but I would have to go with Conor McGregor. Yeah, just because I like Irish whiskey. That's a joke. No.
McGregor as a fighter, I think he's done. As a fighter.
Okay.
As a persona, as a character.
As a character, he's really good at character.
He's the best.
He
has a future in something
in comedy. He could be an Irish comedian, bro. Everybody's jumping into the comedians anyways, so they're all moving out too. So
he's a business mastermind. He has so many businesses going on. He has his whiskey, he has his sporting, he has his promotions.
He has a lot of things.
He has a lot of things going on. Yeah. But so you have to think, what makes a fighter want to keep fighting when you already made it? Because in the beginning, you're fighting to make it.
Yeah.
And then after a certain point, you're fighting for a belt. And then after a certain point, you're fighting for greatness, right? But you could tack off all those for McGregor. He's been a 2-time champion. He's held belts across world classes.
He's been in a boxing ring with the greatest boxer. I mean, conspiracy. We're going back to conspiracy about Mayweather being the greatest boxers of all time.
Yeah.
He's been in the ring with that man.
He's fought multiple times against Khabib, which is
Khabib, another great fucking fighter. Another
UFC fighter.
Yes.
So McGregor on paper has checked off everything that you would want to do as a fighter and in a career. And he's not even done yet. He's still fighting, obviously. But from his last fight, even as far back as after the Mayweather fight, I think he's only had one good fight against Cowboy Cerrone, where he came out and he fucked him up with the shoulders. Remember that one?
Yeah, I think I remember that one.
He started shouldering him. And
he did a little show off and then everything, a little taunting.
Yeah. So he won that fight, but then after that, he's had losses. So I don't know what would still drive him to still keep fighting.
I think it might be the same motivation that drives Floyd Mayweather. Is the money.
The money?
He's a businessman, and you could clearly see it with all his. I mean, outside of the ring, he's a businessman.
Yeah.
You know, same thing with Floyd Mayweather. Outside of the ring, you know why he fought his last fight was with that kid Logan Paul. You really think he went into the ring saying, "I'm gonna lose"? Of course not. He's gonna be like, "I have dedicated my life to doing what I do best, and it's fighting against the kid that thinks he has." Okay, he has potential. But I think he saw it more of as an investment okay, I'm gonna get cash, I'm gonna get paid out. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna get paid the amount that I want to get paid, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna play my character.
Yes,
I'm gonna be another. I'm gonna be another show off. He played his cards really good.
He played it well.
Got paid. Mayweather, where is he right now? You don't know. You don't know. He's probably in the Bahamas right now.
Yeah,
fucking Cancun and somewhere.
Having his own UFC
party. Have his own fucking party, you know? So I think Conor McGregor is following that same path.
I was just about to say that. McGregor is probably the equivalent that Mayweather is in the boxing, but in the UFC world. Because I don't know. Something about just the way he carries himself now. Even with the press conference that we were watching earlier, it's the way he talks shit is not the same anymore. Like, he's just saying things to rile up the crowd, but it's
just for it's kind of like WWE. It's just to pump up.
You know, it's might literally be his future right there.
Right? I think he might. Don't be surprised if you don't see Conor McGregor in a fucking WWE match versus John Cena. You know, John Cena over there fucking making Fast Furious movies and shit in China, talking about China. But yeah, dude, I think Conor McGregor has a future outside of the ring, and he has a lot to provide for that. You know, money wise, I don't think he's gonna be struggling for. No. We all see that he's an entertainer. Everybody loves watching him. Everybody loves watching the press conference, what he has to say. Yeah. Any little thing that Conor McGregor has to say, people are out there watching.
They catch it and they staying on to it.
And
so here's one thing that kind of like threw me off about McGregor. I'm a big McGregor fan. I've always loved McGregor. I watched pretty much most of his fights since I can remember. But the second fight with McGregor and Poirier, there was this whole like thing going on between them where McGregor was like, hey, win or lose, I'm gonna donate money to Poirier's charity. It was like $10,000 or something like that. Win or lose, I'm gonna donate so that we could help people. Because weirdly enough, for the press conference and the lead up to the second fight, they weren't really talking shit. They were being respectful of each other. Like, oh yeah, he's a great fighter. He does this, he does that, whatever. But then the fight ended. Poirier obviously won. And McGregor just ghosted this fool. He didn't donate the money. He didn't want to even answer his calls. He didn't talk to him at all. So Poirier, out of his own pocket, donated the money that supposedly McGregor was going to donate. And that just changed my perspective of him as a person. Because how could you be so like... Well, I don't even know what the right word for it is. You say you're going to do that to help people, and then you lose, and you're so messed up about it that you don't even want to donate to this charity anymore.
It's a tax write-off.
It's a tax write-off, son.
Hey, that's the first thing I thought when you asked me that. I'm like, maybe it's a tax write-off. Yeah.
But he still didn't do it just because he lost, just because he was a sore loser, and that kind of like changed the way I looked at McGregor.
Yeah, well, you know, we grew up watching McGregor. I mean, I know you've watched him more than I have, but we start seeing how they develop throughout the years. Yeah. You started seeing McGregor in his first fights, when he started, you know, being that hungry. Mm-hmm. You know, after you get, like you said, after you get to a certain point of your career, it's like, what am I supposed to do next?
Yeah.
It's like, it's just the same thing with motivation. When you try to motivate yourself, you might be motivated for about a week or two, and then you got to find another thing that triggers you to get motivated. Yeah. You got to keep something.
That next goal.
It's putting up goals. It's kind of have something in the back of your mind, of your back, to keep you going through. And I think a lot of fighters have that. You know, once they reach that their full potential, which is winning a championship, multiple championships. And we talked about right now that Conor McGregor has all these things going on for him. Yeah, he is probably as lost as ever. Yeah, but he has everything that he ever wanted.
But he has everything he wants. But he probably doesn't know what he wants to do.
Yeah, it is.
So I've been watching, the UFC has this freaking amazing series for almost every fight. It's like a vlog for the fighters as they train and the lead up and the press conference and everything, and it follows them around as they're training, their training camp or whatever. And so McGregor had his training camp here in the OC, I think, or somewhere here in near Los Angeles. But so they would record him. He would show up to the gym in his Bentley, All right.
It had to be a Bentley.
Get off in a white robe. You know what I mean? He has his Rolex on. He has his gold chains on. I just can't picture how are you staying. Like, what are you fighting for? When you take a break and you're sitting by your Bentley with your feet up in a white robe.
Should have showed up on a Toyota Camry. You should have showed up on a Lexus. You know, I just won the Lexus. You know, I just won the Lexus. That's it.
Even the people that train him must be like, what the fuck are you doing here? You know, the people training with him are trying to be, you know, they're trying to get the money that he has, and he's just like showing up in a Bentley. It's weird.
Dude, it's hard to stay motivated. I mean, I don't know when you get to that type of level. I mean, I don't know how they stay motivated. Apparently, Floyd Mayweather was able to achieve that, and I think, like I say, go back to Conor McGregor trying to achieve that same goal. He knows what he's doing. You know, he knows he has a big fight coming up. He's probably not as worried as he was about his reputation as he was probably like 5 years ago.
That's true.
Now he has a reputation. He knows that money is going to be flowing no matter what happens to his career. And whatever he's doing right now to find that motivation or to find that thrill to keep going and fighting, I mean, it's all on the will of God and his own will, you know?
Yeah, Mayweather's also just a different beast, though, because I've heard that this fool, on every given day, like any given day, he'll go to the club, get fucked up, and then go to the gym.
That's pretty hard to do.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm drinking right now, and I don't even know what time I'm going to be waking up tomorrow, you know?
You know what I mean? So
that's pretty hard.
Mayweather's just a different beast.
Yeah.
Plus, like, you just got to imagine the amount of money he's just wasting every single day.
That's a thing too. Like when you have that much amount of money, you have that much amount of fame, and so much going on for you. Like sometimes you get lost. Yeah. And we've seen careers in every sport go down the hill. Mike Tyson is number one, probably one of the ones talked about when it comes down to careers going down the hill after having all that fame, having all that money, being one of the best boxers in. I mean, literally ever.
Yeah, and it's crazy how that picture works. So you could put him in the box of like, this is the greatest boxer that you need to live up. This is the image. But you could also put him in the image of like, this is what you don't need to do. Like, don't do this. Don't do what Mike Tyson did. So he's like literally on both ends of it.
Yeah. Mike Tyson is on both on it, being the best and being the brokest after a great career, you know.
Yeah, so he had his drug problem, he had his girl problem.
Yeah, we could go on and on about Mike Tyson and his drug addiction and all that. He's been on different podcasts. He's been, giving his testimony about his whole career, his whole life.
Mike Tyson podcasts,
man,
guys.
They are great.
So good. Like,
they're fucking.
Whether it be his own hot boxing podcast or like if he's on somebody else's podcast. Weirdly enough, he was on Logan Paul's podcast and it was really good. Yeah. This motherfucker ate a bag of shrooms in the podcast. While recording.
God damn it. Well, you know what? I'm about to drink a White Claw in the podcast.
Yeah, but this weekend is full of. There's so much.
Anyways,
this weekend.
Who do you got? Who do you got on the fight though?
McGregor, obviously. I got McGregor.
Why? Though?
All the way.
Just because he's are you a fanboy of McGregor?
Yeah. yeah. It's just plain and simple.
It's plain and simple.
I'm a fan, but I would love to see him win and then get a chance to get a fight for a belt again. I don't know if he would win, but he puts on such a show that is like it's entertaining.
You just want him to win, right?
Just so that the show could go on. Just so the show could go on. Because if he keeps losing, the show's gonna end. Yeah,
definitely. You're not gonna know what the fuck's next. What's on the next episode?
Fool, At least
if if he wins, you know what's going on after the next episode. What's the aftermath?
The next, they give you the season premiere. So I'm McGregor.
You're on Conor. You're on Conor.
I think Poirier seems like a good guy, like a good guy in general.
He's in really good shape. So it's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a tough third part of the fights.
Yeah, there's and I'm torn because. Part of me wants it to open up with a knockout, first round knockout, boom, it's over. But
Manny, you just want to get drunk.
But part of me also wants a 5-round bloody fucking fight, so we could drink through the whole.
Oh, you just want to drink. You just want to drink. Okay, I get you. Anyway, so you got Conor McGregor. I got Conor McGregor. I don't watch UFC as much as you do. I'm just going on with the flow. So Conor McGregor it is, and we're both rooting for Conor McGregor.
Yeah, Conor McGregor.
Irish whiskey later
whiskey
on
all
for
the
sure.
way. And there's a bunch of other cards on the undercard, a bunch of other fights on the undercards. I think the fights start right now, like at 4 p.m. or something like that. Yeah. So catch those shits, guys.
All right, so moving on to our topic of the day, which is Conspiracies Part 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, this is one thing that I've been wanting to talk about, which is probably doesn't fall into the conspiracies, but I think it does. Dreams.
Dreams. Okay.
Having dreams, and I'm not talking about gold dreams, which I mean those are different. But I'm talking about when you go to sleep, when you tug yourself inside your bed and your blankets and your pillow, and you're ready to go to sleep.
Yeah.
So there's like 4 stages of sleep. And there's one in particular that I want to talk about, which is the REM sleep.
REM sleep, my favorite.
Which is pretty much your last stage of sleep. That's where you dream.
Your deepest stages.
Yeah, the deepest stages, because you go through the first stage, which is like takes about 5 minutes, where your body starts to relax, and then your heart starts to beat lower, your emotions start to kick in, and then you get to the 4th stage where you are literally in a deep state of sleep, conscious in a way. But that's where you start dreaming. You know, dreams to me and to a lot of people have been a mystery. It's been a question that I think a lot of people have been asking for such a period of time, maybe since the dawn of mankind. Yeah, it's like, why do we dream?
Yeah.
You know, we've all had dreams. There's literally no escape, from the poorest man to the richest man to the most idolized man to somebody that's not even known. Yeah, everybody dreams.
Dreams don't discriminate.
So I mean, dreaming is one of the things that I find compelling, because I can't explain it. I've watched so many videos, documentaries, and I still can't get my head around what the fuck is a dream. Is it a patch of just memories, emotions? It's a lot of people that are really into it, like scientists that study this, psychology. Psychology is literally number 1 for dreams. Yeah, they don't even have an answer to it. So I want to get my opinion about what the fuck is dreaming.
What do you think is a dream?
You know, dreaming, I think, is, let's say like today. Today I woke up, and the first thing I thought is like, God damn it, I had a dream today.
Okay.
You know, and I have that in my head. Even till today, I still think about it, because I think a lot of us do that. I think a lot of us, when you wake up, you think about what the fuck you just dreamed about.
Was that a dream?
Was that a dream? Yeah, literally. So throughout the day, you go on with your day, and even throughout the day, you keep thinking about that dream that you had the night before.
Yeah.
So it's going with you throughout the day.
The whole day.
You know, so you kind of attract that energy into your body. Like, okay, you're constantly repeating that state of mind again and again and again.
Yeah.
And then you find yourself sleeping the next day and thinking about the same thing and dreaming about the same thing.
Yeah. Sometimes it could even be a continuation,
a pattern of dreams
of what you dreamt the last night. Like you just continue where you stopped the other night.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, can dreams be emotions? Or their memories? You know, sometimes I find myself waking up and I have a dream, and I'm like, God damn it. The only reason why I had a dream was because I was thinking of this.
Okay.
You know, I think 50% of children under the age of 15 have dreams, like nightmares, because of either watching like anything that's horror or something. Their mind is a little bit more sensitive.
Yeah.
But when you're an adult, I think it drops off to like 20% or something.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. And then the REM sleep, I mean, you only have like a certain amount of time when you're an adult to REM sleep. You don't fully get the full sleep because, motherfuckers, we got responsibilities.
Yeah.
We got to wake up at 6 in the morning, you know? But yeah, when it comes down to that, dude, like, it's just... It's been weeks that I thought about this, like, because I've had so many recurring dreams that are like pattern. You know, you got dreams like that. That there's people that have had dreams and then they become true.
Yes, yeah.
You know, I don't know if you want to call this like Nostradamus or visionaries or whatever you want to call it, but us as normal human beings, when you have a dream and you're able to patch it into your everyday life. And be like, whoa, didn't I just dream this? Kind of like a deja vu.
Yeah.
You know,
and deja vu's could fit in like almost perfectly with dream. You could characterize deja vu as a dream. I want to say, because you feel like, oh, I've been here. I've been here before. And where have you been there before? You probably dreamt it.
Yeah, that's true. And a lot of people think when you ask somebody about dreams, it could be an after. I mean, before, like a afterlife, before life. It could be a sequence of so many things.
Yeah.
That's why I think it fits right in the conspiracy, because so many people have so many theories about what dreaming is.
That's one of my favorite theories about a dream, is that you're kind of tapping in to another, I guess, like dimension or another reality where you are actually doing that, but you're getting to view what that alternate version of you is doing.
Because you've had some dreams where you're able to control your own dreams. You're able to just either snap out of it or continue the dream to keep going on and on. We've all had those dreams. Yeah. Lucid dreaming. It's lucid dreaming, where you're able to take control of your own dream. And
there's whole books where they teach you how to do it.
There's fucking psychologists that have talked about this.
Yeah.
But nobody has ever been able to, because I don't think there's an answer, man. I think only God knows the answer to that. But it's just like when you have those dreams where you're able to control that certain dream, it's just like, God damn it, like I can't believe this is real. How can I control something that's not real though?
Yeah.
Like I'm dreaming, like, is this real? Like it's just it's a rabbit hole when it comes down to dreaming.
It really is. It really is. Have you ever lucid dreamt?
I think I lucid dream a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah. Good thing, because when it comes down to lucid dreaming, that means you're pretty healthy. But when you're one of those sleepers that wakes up in the middle of the night, I know there's like a background to that, where you either like suffering from depression, anxiety, any mental health issues, when you're literally waking up at 2-3 in the morning. I know people say that it's the witching hour at 3 in the morning, but it's literally your own body, your own mind telling you that there's a problem with you.
Well, at least for me, when I wake up at that time, it's because I'm thirsty as fuck.
Ah, bitch, you're thirsty.
Yeah, motherfucker.
But psychologically, you have a problem. You're suffering from something.
Yeah.
Like, it could be depression or anxiety, like we just mentioned. But most of the time, that's what it is. Why you're waking up at a random times. Your sleeping pattern is literally off the roof.
I don't really dream. I don't remember the last time I had a dream.
You don't dream? You fucking MLK motherfucker.
I have no dreams.
No dreams?
I don't really dream. Like, would that, like...
I think that would probably fall in the category of, like, you don't REM sleep, then you don't get full enough rest. I mean, do you feel wake up tired?
I wake up fucking exhausted.
There you go.
Most watches now, they could track your sleep. Yeah. They could track the quality of your sleep, not just like how long are you asleep. It tracks your REM sleep, the different levels of sleep you have. And REM, I had an Apple Watch, I've had the Samsung Watch, I've had Fitbits, I had all kinds of like
Fit watches,
devices that track your sleep. And they all say I maybe get 15 minutes of REM sleep, 30 minutes of REM sleep.
Dude. That's pretty low.
That's super low. And
what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing throughout the night? Are you just tossing and turning? Are you thinking? Could it be stress too?
There's been full nights where I literally feel I'm in that layer of like, I'm not asleep, but I'm not awake. And I know I'm in that layer because I lose track of time. But I know I'm awake because I'm conscious. You know what I mean? So I'll be laying
and then your alarm goes off.
Yeah. Then my alarm goes off. Like, I'll be laying there. Let's say I lay down like at 10. I'm just laying there. My eyes are closed. I'm fully like just laying there. And then next thing I know, it's like 1 a.m. So I know I kind of crossed over to the dream state or the sleeping state because I lost track of time. But I'm awake because my mind is just running all the time. So I guess I just can't get that where my mind kind of shuts off. But then in REM sleep, your mind is not shut off. Your mind is almost working at full capacity. Because I think one of the key things that they look for to categorize REM sleep is your eyes start moving around a lot.
Yeah, it's kind of like rapid eye movement.
Yeah,
rapid eye movement, correct.
Well, that's what REM is, no?
Mm-hmm.
Rapid eye
pretty
movement.
much.
Yeah, so my eyes move like that, but it's just because I'm thinking and whatever. But I've never, I have no idea.
What about nightmares? Have you been having any nightmares?
I don't get dreams either or.
That's good because nightmares are you got to be concerned about when you're having recurring nightmares because that those are signs of either stress, overthinking, of just negative shit throughout your day. So people are having nightmares. If you're having nightmares, you got to check with either your doctor, anybody, because it's very concerning when you start having nightmares. Maybe if you're a kid, then that's okay. But if you're an adult and you're having recurring nightmares,
something's going on.
Something is going on with your mind that is not okay with it. I mean, just could be anything that is really literally stressing you out, that is troubling you, that is literally giving you that not state of peace that you really need to, because sleeping, we all know sleeping is literally one of the number one things we do as a human being. 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah, I mean,
all you need.
When you die, I think most of your time you slept.
Yeah. So if you have like this unorganized sleeping pattern as well, sleeping pattern too is very big too when it comes down to if you're one day you're sleeping at 8 p.m., one day you're sleeping at 1 in the morning. It's gonna fuck with you. It's gonna fuck with you throughout the whole day. It's gonna fuck up with you with your mind, your body, the way you run things. It fucks you up.
So what was one dream that you remember recently having?
One dream, I remember. I don't know if I want to talk about it because it gets a little emotional.
But you've had some dreams recently.
Yeah, the most recent dream that I did have was my mother dying.
Okay. And that's a nightmare then.
And I don't know if that would be a nightmare because it didn't feel like a nightmare.
Okay.
I didn't wake up in the middle of the night. I woke up and I thought about my mother all day, and I called her that day just because I have that guilty conscience of something ever happening to her. And it felt like a lucid dream at a moment because I felt like I was there. Yeah. It felt so real. It felt like I saw my mother die. I saw her. I was holding her. And it kind of switched off to like memories in a way. Like I was just memorizing like when she would feed me.
So within the dream,
I
was
remembering. Okay, so she was dying.
That's a layered cake right there, dog.
That I would categorize that as a lucid dreaming because I was able to control when I was holding her. I remember it's because when you wake up, you're like, God damn it, did I just have that dream? And then you kind of forget, you kind of daze. And then, like, throughout the day, you just like, holy shit, did I just dream that? Because this happened to me when I'm, like, at 1, 2 in the morning. 1, 2 in the afternoon when I'm working. And then I started having that memory of that dream that I had. It just felt like, God damn it, like somebody just threw a bucket of water at me. Like, it just felt.
What if dreams are, like, the perfect, like, the way we prove that this is a simulation? Because so think about it, like what you just said. You had a dream, but in your dream had memories.
Yes.
Right?
I was able to control what was going on, which is crazy.
But did you control those memories? Was it memories that actually happened?
Yes, it was memories that actually happened in my childhood that it was just randomly. Like I didn't get to choose what memory it was. Okay. But I know that it transitioned from that death to like that memory of me and my mother and having some type of interaction.
Damn.
So it was pretty brutal because going back to that, I know there's been like people that have dreams and they become true.
Yeah.
That's a different type of of theory, when it comes down like people that have dreams. Like let's say I know of a famous one. That's probably like the most famous one was probably like the Abraham Lincoln one. That he wrote down that he had a dream that he was gonna die, and then 3 days later he got killed. Stuff like that. Just stuff like that. People like predict stuff too. All those wacky things that they sound wacky, but they end up being true. It's
like fucking Nostradamus didn't become what we know of him as a prophet until way later. Because in his time, he was fucking crazy.
Yeah, he was crazy. And sometimes even the greatest writers, like let's say that girl that wrote Twilight, that producer that made, I think that's the producer, that made Inception, the movie. All those people supposedly reported that they had dreams before they started writing down either that scripts.
Oh, shit.
So it's just a mystery. That's what I'm saying.
And even like, as a person, you have a dream of becoming something.
Yeah, like a goal dream.
And you could go to sleep and dream about that.
Yes.
That's crazy. But it's just to me, that points towards we're living in a simulation.
And that's what I'm saying. It's just like when I think I have the answer to why we dream. Some people, a lot of people that study this, they think it's just, you know, memories or whatever. They just kind of scratch it off. And there's other people that actually be like, no, there's a meaning to dreams. But when you kind of put all those things together and you feel like you have an answer to that theory, you just get into another hole and be like, wait, no, it can't be true. I just fell into another one, and this is the reason why my answer is the way it is.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's a conspiracy or not, but dude, I just wanted to talk about that because I think it's wacky. It's so wild, dude, because we do this every day. You're gonna go tonight after you party and everything. You're gonna go to sleep. You're gonna wake up. Maybe you don't have a dream, but you sleep. Yeah. You go through those stages.
Yeah. And so the interesting part of that is you don't always remember your dream. So I could be dreaming. I might be dreaming. I might be dreaming right now.
Are we dreaming right now? Yeah, dude. So yeah, that's either wild. I mean, I don't know what people think about when it comes down to dreaming. It's not something that you ask somebody every day. But if you just sit down every morning and you ask yourself, why am I awake? How did I dream? How did I sleep? Mm-hmm. Why do I feel tired? All those questions, it's because your mind starts to get wild.
Well, you know? That's I think that kind of links into the recent reports that were released by the FBI about meditation, about what is it called when you say something and then it comes to fruition? Like you keep saying something like, "Oh, I am a good person. I am a good person," and then you eventually become
like a prophecy.
Like projecting, like you project what you want the universe to have to come out.
You know what? Yeah, that's true. You become what you think you are.
So what if your dreams are a subconscious way of telling you what you should become? Because so like you just said, you could wake up in the morning and ask yourself, what did I dream? Why did I wake up? Where did I go to sleep? What did blah, blah, blah. But that's a sort of meditation. Because you're putting everything aside and you're trying to focus on, like, what happened to me through the night.
Yeah, literally, your mind is just wandering around.
Like, where did my mind go through the night? And even with meditation, you could go into, like, an astral plane and, like, separate yourself from your body.
That's another way of dreaming, right? Astral projection or something.
Astral projection, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of that. I don't think I've ever been.
So it's probably like a whole system that we just never tapped into. Like some type of frequency, some type of energy that's always going around, but maybe when we're asleep, we're just more susceptible to that energy, to those subtle nods or whatever, and. Because, I mean, it is proven, and scientists think that when you're dreaming, it's just synapses in your brain firing off random shit.
Yeah, throughout the day, I mean, your memories and all that.
So that's why you remember and shit, and that's why they say you can't dream a face you've never seen before. It's something you must have seen as, like, someone just walked by. You didn't pay attention, but your brain recorded it.
You're right.
And so now when you're asleep, your synapses are going, they're firing off. So maybe when you're asleep, because when you're awake, just consciously, a lot of people talk shit about themselves. Consciously.
Every day.
I fucking suck. I'm ugly. I'm fat. I'm fucking broke. I got nothing going for me. It's really rare where a person is positive to themselves.
Yeah.
So maybe when we're asleep, our brain takes that opportunity to be like, this is what you need to be focused on. Like, this is what you actually need to be thinking about. And then you follow that path by waking up and meditating with the energy that you had through your sleep, and that might guide the universe to give you what you actually need and what you're actually looking for subconsciously, rather than on the surface level. Because on the surface level, we're always going to be materialistic. We're always going to be
that's true.
And subconsciously is where, like, this is what you need.
The meaningful things.
Something as simple as, like, a lot of people eat because they're thirsty, but their brain makes the connection that when you eat, you're going to drink something. So it's like, I'm hungry, let me go eat, but it's more to get that drink. Mm-hmm. You know, it is something so simple like that. We're focused on I need to eat. But your body's like, I'm going to tell you need to eat.
Because I'm thirsty,
You fucking need some water,
yeah,
son.
That's true. Yeah,
you know, so that might be what's going on with like dreams. You're seeing all these things, but because your brain knows subconsciously, there's notes, there's levels, there's things that you need to pinpoint from those dreams. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people might have problem remembering it, and that's where meditation comes into play, to remember those. And that's probably why they tell you meditate as soon as you wake up. Or right before going to sleep.
Oh, right before you're going to sleep, yeah. I think it's more satisfying to the mind where before you go to sleep, because that's when you're gonna venture out into those dreams. I mean, you already go through the process of lowering your heart rate. Yeah. Your brain starts to function in a different way. Your body shuts down. Your blood starts to get a little cold. It goes through all that process. Yeah. And before you go to sleep and you meditate, I think that might be a big booster.
Yeah.
So motherfuckers meditate before you go to sleep. You know,
meditation is.
I think we're gonna have to start practicing that. Like even yoga. I mean, we talked about yoga a few episodes ago.
Hey, yoga's no joke, son.
Yoga's hard too. Yeah,
yoga's freaking hard. Yeah. It looks like you're just standing there and posing, son, but you're drenched in sweat by the time. Especially if you're doing some hot yoga or something like that. Forget about it.
Right now, this hot weather, bro. If you're trying to go out right now and try to do some yoga, you're gonna be sweating all the way through your crack. Yeah. At fucking in 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes, you're gonna be sweating through your crack.
Yeah. For those who don't know, we're in California. Yeah. We're in Los Angeles. It's freaking hot.
It's pretty hot. You know.
It's hot. It is not even like in the. Normally we get to the hundreds, right?
Yeah, literally the hundreds, a little bit above 100.
We're not even there yet.
And it feels fucking humid.
And it feels so hot.
Yeah, it feels extremely hot, dude. And shit, we both got a tan. I got a tan, bro. I don't know if probably the camera could catch my tan. You know, I think it could. But I got a major tan just because the sun hits me all day.
Yeah, so stay shaded out there, guys.
Shaded, is there any conspiracies you want to bring up? Or
I did, but honestly, that dream just blew my mind right there.
Dude, you're going to be thinking about it right now, dude. Manny's going to get fucked up thinking about Conor McGregor and dreaming about Conor McGregor. But I think,
you fucked me up with that one.
Yeah, honestly, dude.
You fucked me up with that one.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, there's literally, like, we go back to it. There's no answers to it. So any conspiracy theorists that believe that they have the answer to why we dream, fuck off, dude. Yeah. Only God knows why. It's just it's a beautiful rabbit hole. It's pretty one of the most beautiful rabbit holes you could get into, because you start to learn about how your brain works, how your body functions, literally everything that your body does while you sleep. Yeah. You know, it's not like one of those rabbit holes where you're just like, fuck, when am I ever gonna get to the end of it? Which is the fact that you are gonna go through. Yeah. But it's not that much of a hassle through it. You just like keep learning and learning about why your brain and your body functions the way it does when it goes to sleep.
Yeah, and there's so many things that go into it. Like, how was your day? Were you tired through the day, or are you not tired? Did you drink coffee? Did you not drink coffee?
If you had a negative day, you might have a negative state of sleep.
Where are you sleeping?
Where are you sleeping? Yeah, how are you sleeping? Did you shower before you go to sleep? Did you meditate?
There's
so many questions. So yeah, that kind of blew my mind. If it was already blowing my mind, it's something I wanted to share.
And then, so I mean, let's just because. So the whole thing of it today was we're going to do sports, we're going to do conspiracies, then we're going to end it with mental health. And I think going from that topic to mental health is like the perfect segue, bro. We shouldn't even touch on any other conspiracies, because being mentally healthy, like, it goes hand in hand with the way you're sleeping.
That's true. Can I go pee though before?
Go for it.
Bathroom break. Because we got a good conversation going on right now with mental health. So give me a break. 5 minutes.
Yo, we're already like 50 minutes in.
Oh, cool. Make this quick. All right. Oh my god! I think that was the quickest piss break I've ever had. Probably peed on myself too. Anyways, yeah, jumping from the dream theory to mental health it plays a major part when it comes down to how much you sleep.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't know if you've noticed, but when you lack sleep, your mind tends to be drained. It feels kind of in a depressive type of way when you get 4 to 5 hours of sleep compared to when you get like 8 to 9 hours of sleep. Your body, your mind tends to work a little bit more better when you get full rest.
Yeah. Yeah, for real it does, because I mean, like I tell you, I don't get REM sleep. I still wake up exhausted. So I could tell there are some days where I do get really good sleep and I wake up and I'm ready to take on the world. You know, but then there's other days where I wake up and I just go to work, and by the time I'm out of work, I'm already fucking exhausted. Like my brain, like I just can't do it anymore. And like I just feel like I snap at everything. Like I'm just like I don't have the patience for nothing. So that's got to be super huge.
It does, and then trying to find a way how to wake up. You know, I had a conversation with my friend, and she asked me how many alarms do I have, and I told her I only have one alarm, and she says why? Because either I wake up or I don't.
Or you don't.
She laughed about it. She laughed about it because it's true. She has multiple alarms to wake her up, and I was thinking like, why do you need so many alarms? Nice. You know, why do you need so many alarms to wake up that brain of yours? Mm-hmm. Either you wake up or you don't.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, it's just like the Nike logo says, just do it.
Just do it.
You know, so I mean, my strategy when it is to wake up is I hear that alarm, snooze it, I get off like there's an earthquake.
Okay.
Because if I don't do that, there's literally no way my body's gonna go up and trigger all those fucking things that they have to trigger for me to wake up.
Yeah.
And a lot of us have that trouble when it comes down to waking up. It's like, how am I gonna motivate myself?
Oh yeah.
What do I have to tell myself every damn morning to feel like I'm the king of the world?
Like I'm doing something positive.
Yeah. Sometimes
like I'm getting somewhere.
Yeah. Sometimes every day you just you gotta lie to yourself. It's okay. It's okay to lie. You know, if it's a good lie, it's okay to lie. Sometimes you have to tell yourself like, you know what? You're doing a good job waking up, going to work. You're providing something for the better.
Yeah. One thing, I think we've touched on this before is when I would wake up, literally as soon as I would wake up, the first thing I would say is say thank you.
Oh yeah, you did mention that.
Like literally, that would be the first thing, no matter what. Like thank you for.
Because there's a lot of people that when they wake up, they spend around an hour on their bed, on their phones. Thinking,
just procrastinating, waiting till the last possible minute.
Yeah, waiting for that little minute. Yeah, like you said, the last minute where you're like, "Oh shit, I gotta get up."
Fuck, I gotta get up.
Sometimes the hardest part of the day is always gonna be waking up.
Yeah.
No matter what you want to do, if you're doing the hardest job, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Waking up is probably the hardest thing you gotta do throughout the day. And when it comes down to that, it's like you got to trigger that thing that triggers your mind to get up, start motivating yourself, start going throughout the day, telling yourself, okay, you're the best person. Nobody's going to motivate your bitch ass unless you're going to motivate you. Yeah. With the power of God, anything is possible. And if you do that and you have a little routine in the morning, like I know a lot of people have a routine, but some people have that shitty routine.
Yeah.
But if you have a routine that's kind of progressive and it helps you get through the day, let's say 10 minutes of yoga, 10 minutes of reading your book, going to work out, eating a healthy meal.
Are you a morning person? You eat in the morning?
I don't even know what I am.
No, but do you eat in the like? Do you consume?
No, I don't eat in the morning. I drink a lot of water and bullshit, like a lot of vitamins in the morning.
I feel like for me, and I guess for you too, like that works. Like I don't really have my first meal until like 12.
Till like 12, yes,
correct.
In the
afternoon.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so when you wake up and you're in an empty stomach, I think the best thing to do, and your mind is fresh, is kind of find a way to trigger all that into one.
Yeah.
You know, drinking a lot of water once you wake up because your body's dehydrated throughout the sleep, REM sleep. Your mind is fresh, so telling yourself you're the best you can be throughout the day is another healthy thing. Going to work out, just even for 5, 10, 20 minutes, just going to run or walk. It's another big plus. It's a lot of things to kind of motivate yourself, get your day going through, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, lately, I personally fell into like a negative spiral where now I do have one alarm, but I snooze that bitch like 4 or 5 times.
You can't do that. That's cheating. It's either you wake up or you don't.
And then I literally wait till the last possible minute, get up, just change, and then head out. And that's not healthy. You should wake up. You should spend some time, like either sitting on your bed, not laying down, sitting on your bed, thinking about how you're gonna get the day started, or get your ass to the kitchen, get some water, get some coffee or something. But like I'm personally trying to work myself out of that.
I think we all have that. I mean, we all have those demons where they're so attached to us that we kind of like just let them. They just let them take over. Yeah. You know, we all have that. No matter who the fuck you are, you could be the top dog. We all have that. But there's a thing we all have as well, is to make a change. Yeah. Every single morning is a different opportunity. Yeah. Today you probably have a bad day, but tomorrow when you wake up, if you wake up, you have a different opportunity to change that mindset real quick.
Yeah, and listen, we've talked about it before. Like, we could all have bad days. That's cool.
Yeah.
But the point is to give your best that day. Yeah. Like Jordan Peterson says, your best one day might not be your best, the same best that you had the next day. Just give your best that you can that day.
Yeah, that day, because you don't know if there's a tomorrow. Yeah. You don't know if there's a tomorrow. We don't know if there's a tomorrow. Tomorrow is what? Sunday?
Tomorrow's Sunday.
Yeah, motherfucker. You think there's a Sunday for you. You think there's a Sunday for us. Yeah. But maybe what if there's a Sunday for you but not for me?
Yeah, that's true. You know? It's a complete waste to wake up and just hate everything that you do. Dude. It's a fucking waste.
No, it is. It's totally a waste when you don't find those things to trigger those. Because there's a lot of depressed people. You see them in the streets. You see a lot of people kind of give up on life. They don't find that thing to triggers them to motivate them every single day. Yeah. It's like when you go to your job and then you see a homeless person, you don't blame them for being in the streets, you know? Yeah. Because they don't have any self-motivation. Yeah. It all starts with that. Yeah, you could probably blame society and drugs and all that. But how much can you blame society and drugs and addiction? That would be
interesting. I would like to ask a homeless person, how do you feel when you wake up? Like, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Literally, you know, I go run at the Cherry Park right there in Long Beach. Every day, bro, every day in the morning, there's at least 20 homeless kicking rocks in that same little spot that I go run. Yeah. It's the same ones. I know them. Like, it's just like, oh, okay, today is there all day. It's just like my body knows and my mind knows that I'm gonna see those same people in that same little circle, and there's something off. Either the cops took them or something, you know. Yeah. But yeah, it's just like these people need motivation, just like we all do as normal human beings. Like, we need something to push us, or we need that someone to push us. You know, a lot of us men, we believe that we may be macho mans, we could be, but no, I believe that a man needs a woman and a woman needs a man. Yeah. Even though I know there's a lot of like gender equality now, and a woman doesn't need a man to support herself. Okay, more power to the woman. But at the end of the day, you're gonna sit in your fucking couch and you're gonna be like, you know what? I do need a man. You know what? I do need a woman. Yeah. I need that yin and yang in me.
The partner, just that partner.
Yeah, you need that support.
Whatever the gender might be, just a partner.
You need that support from that other person, whatever it is, because there's a different perspective about how you're seeing your things than somebody else is gonna see. Yeah. You know, and that's very important because sometimes, like, I feel like sometimes I'm very open-minded, but somebody comes in and tells me something wrong, and I'm like, oh shit, I was super close-minded about that. Yeah. You know, and sometimes we need that wake-up call. That happens a lot. Yeah. You know, it happens so much just when you think you know everything. Somebody comes around and just kicks that fucking door and tells you, look, there's another door here.
You're seeing it wrong.
Yeah, you're seeing it fucking wrong.
You're standing on the wrong side of the fucking...
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you do that to that person, and it's counterwise. Like, you just do it and do it and do it.
Keep building off of it. Keep building. Because even if you think about it, nothing was ever built by like one person. No. It always takes a team. Like how we were saying earlier about the sports.
Yeah, sports team.
It takes a whole fucking team to do this shit. Yeah, there might be people in charge. There might be people with like different responsibilities, but like it takes a team.
Yeah. Yeah, we might need to do a full episode about mental health. This is just a little aftermath about the conspiracy or theory about.
It fit in so perfectly together that I was like, you know what? Let's just jump right into it. Because in my head, like, going into it as we were planning earlier in the week, like, what is this podcast gonna be about? I was like, well, let's talk about UFOs. Let's talk about John McAfee. Let's talk about other shit. But like that was just wild. That was just wild.
I hope anybody that watches this speeds through the whole sports stuff and starts thinking about the dream theory, dream conspiracy, however you want to look at it, because it's something that I think is missing in a way.
Yeah, because we're over here trying to get to Mars. But I don't know what the fuck my dreams mean.
Mariana Trench, but motherfucker can't answer the question of why I dream.
What the fuck was I dream? Yeah, why did I dream that?
Yeah, dude. So it's something very important. So we'll do a full episode about mental health. Yeah. We'll throw in some psychology, different types of mental health, from anxiety to depression, etc. All the important ones that I think a lot of us go through trouble every single day.
Yeah.
That might be a full episode for the next one.
I think people like to hear that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people want to hear that because, I mean, we're so relatable. We're so relatable. Like I said, we haven't seen each other for weeks, and you told me right now how you went through without your sleeping cycle, and I'm going through the same thing. You know, so I think a lot of people could connect to that.
Yeah,
real shit that everybody goes through when you wake up.
Yeah,
you dream. All that shit connects.
It does.
And I think a mental health episode, which I think I've been pushing for a while.
Yeah, we haven't had one that was just for mental health.
That's probably gonna be the next one, and I think this was a crazy wild Saturday to start off.
Yeah, it'd be.
It's already fun, dude. I'm already feel fun. Yeah. Like just coming in, waking up, like, oh my god, I'm gonna go do an episode. I was already so pumped up when I woke up. I woke up super early, be like, oh my god, I'm gonna go run. I'm gonna go fucking do the episode, and then I'm gonna eat, drink, fight.
And then I woke up to like 10, 11, and I was like, shit. But yeah, I mean, today is a good day. Today.
Yeah, it all starts with the attitude, dude. It's like what kind of, I mean, when you wake up, I think the number one thing for me is attitude. Like, what kind of attitude are you gonna bring to the table when you wake up?
Yeah.
Fuck, are you gonna be a fucking ferocious motherfucking wildcat?
Or some people are in a bad mood as soon as they wake up.
As soon as I wake up, it's like, nah, bro, I'm gonna be a fucking wildcat, fucking feeding on fucking shit, just going wild, but.
Yeah, plus it's summer.
Plus it's summer, dude. I think summer was what actually it started like about a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
But god damn it, right now it feels fresh in your house.
It's summer. It's fresh. We got beers. We got fights. We got people coming over. We're gonna grow up in a little bit. We're gonna just chill out. We're gonna have a good day.
Yeah, fuck it, dude. I'm excited for the rest of the day, and I think with that, I think we're gonna end this episode.
We hope you guys are also having an amazing weekend. It's summer. Stay hydrated. Go out to the beach. Spend some time with your loved ones. Do a cookout. Watch the fights. Stay fucking hydrated and get some sleep.
Yeah, get some fucking sleep, some REM sleep, dude, so you could dream about a lot of shit. But I know this episode was probably a little longer, but it was one of the greatest episodes I think we touched on when it comes down to dreams. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, just don't forget to follow us on Instagram at M-Rated Podcast. Follow us our personal accounts. We're linked into our actual M-Rated Podcast account. And other than that, dude, I think we probably put it to the table.
Yeah.
Stay positive, stay progressive, stay in your feet. Think about a lot of stuff and go out and do something good. Go out and do something positive.
Let's go, McGregor.
Let's go, McGregor. Woo! All right, we out.